how comfortable is everybody else on Elevate with using things like the PO6? I mean, I haven't seen Aqua bring it out too often, and Aqua has made some flashy plays with the SVG, so I think you maybe force them to try to use some other snipers, and if you can, just try to limit them to one.
All right, well, we have entered the Band of Protect, looking to see the presence on the sniper rifle bands, and the first thing out from H2K, you can see it's exactly what they're thinking about. There is the thermal band from Legal, wants to get that off the table. Thermal is really the kind of crown jewel of what Elevate love to use on those weapons. It's always the thermal PO6. You can ban the sniper, you can ban some other things for those weapons. As long as the thermal sight is in, they will still make the presence felt. Remy goes with the overclock himself.
Okay. I was wondering, I was thinking, would it be crazy to see Elevate maybe like protect like an overkill? Because I'm looking at this H2K lineup. Nobody really sticks out to me as a standout sniper, so that is certainly something where Elevate can gain a bit of an upper hand, and Afterburner gets banned out here.
Always love seeing Afterburner bans against Elevate and Search and Destroy. On a map like this, you can use it definitely off spawn to try to get those high-flying snipes from that back graveyard area right outside Church, looking over into middle map. Definitely very popular from the Elevate boys, and there is the overkill ban. So currently, what? For me, I take an Afterburner ban on a map like Infection as a target at the sniper rifles of Elevate, especially how they play. If you look at it from that perspective, the three bans right now from the boys of H2K are all targeting the snipers of Elevate.
Yeah, and also, I mean, look at how fast-paced these Elevate players play, especially Nagavin. I mean, everybody in the world saw that ninja defuse. He's only able to do that because of Afterburner, just being able to regenerate so much thruster. So it's definitely something that they have in the game to slow them down. It looks like the tacticals will make it through, as well as all the lethals. So trophy systems are going to be very key here on Infection.
I actually feel like all the tacticals and that type of stuff making it in winds up benefiting, really, if anybody, it benefits the H2K squad. Nagafen actually does miss his ban there. We'll see if we need to wind up resetting the lobby or if he's all good with how things have broken down. As we continue on through, though, to the specialist draft, it's Legal going with active camo yet again.
Yeah, and I don't remember any specialists getting banned out. I'm not sure if Nagafen maybe wanted to ban something like an Overdrive or Heat Wave or Kinetic Armor. So for the time being, I guess everything is fair game. So active camo, Heat Wave picked up. There's Overdrive picked up by Facento.
Yeah.
Kinetic Armor, of course, by Felon. You know, the usual suspects we see in Search and Destroy.
Oh, most certainly. And no surprises here so far between these two squads. Facento with that Overdrive, like that pick. Nagafen does select active camo, so for the most part, it looks like we will continue right on through with this game. Glitch from Fears. Decision on that one on a map like Infection.
I agree with Mr. X every time we talk about Glitch. It's just too inconsistent for my liking. Sure, we do see some flashy plays. I think so far from what I've seen, Nelson seems to be one of the more consistent Glitch players. But I think until players start using it more of like a bait and switch option, we won't see much consistent usage from it.
I will say one thing, is I very much worry about the map draw H2K got today with Wizard being out. If you think of Infection defense, Fizzerp has a very, very set up play style. He has H2K basically build their entire defense around it. They take control of middle map with multiple ARs, and Fizzerp sits on the B-bomb, using it as cover, watching over that snow street. He just darts back and forth, kind of baits himself in and out, and he's just a nuisance for as long as possible, buys a ton of information for his team, sometimes gets first blood, and lets his team reposition around the opponents to get the advantage of these rounds, wondering if Felony fits the same role for this
That's a very good point you bring up, because it's 100% valid. I think the most important thing that Fizzerp does in that position is he just doesn't die. How many times have you seen him just withstand like a barrage of bullets, grenades, and everything? So Felony definitely has some big shoes to fill here. Maybe if he's not comfortable filling those shoes, you see somebody like Lacefield take over there.
I think the tacticals also are going to be big to come into play near that B-bomb site. Use them as a means of entering into the site. Trophy's going to have to be up for that defensive team to hold off that offensive flood into the B-bomb. Also near that A side of the map, near Barn, you can bank them off that back snow wall, try to drop them onto that site, see if you can get an entry kill there. Either way, though, middle map control going to be key for H2K here. Also, sniper presence still definitely possible from Elevate.
Yeah, I've seen Nagafen on stream practicing without using the thermal scope, and because it's being banned out so often, you see all the usual snipers in the league, they're starting to get used to not using that scope.
Most certainly. Well, we are loading into game number 2. It's Elevate up 1-0. Can H2K answer back? The men to bring you that answer will have to be Maven and Mr. X with all the action.
Well, we were ladies and now we're men. Thank you, Jack. I feel quite manly today. Full head of hair, nice beard.
Full head of hair. So the other day, he's like, "Oh, I think I like it shorter." And it's like,
"Do you like my pink comb?"
Really? I was like, "Shorter?" And this is the most ridiculous thing ever. He brings this around everywhere. It's so embarrassing. But game 2, starting up now.
I like my pink comb.
Oh, it's so bad. Like, even I don't carry a comb around.
That's because you have a can of mousse in your back pocket.
I do not have a
back left pocket
That
mousse.
would be extremely impressive if I pull out a can of
back
mousse
right
right
is
now.
gel, and here we've got hairspray.
No.
All right, well, let's get right into it. Offense off the rip is going to be H2K. Yeah, I mean, same concerns as yesterday kind of for this squad. You're trying to play with a fill-in. Are they going to be able to step it up? You're going up against a very strong S&D team. I mean,
right.
Very, very good throughout stage one. Elevate always pulling out. Well, you know what? Immediately, actually, I want to look at what their classes are going to be. Let's check out Aqua.
Well, look, Felony is a pretty good S&D player, and Fizzer obviously was not the best S&D performer in stage one. So you got to figure, if anything, they gain a little bit in this game mode by having Felony, filling in for today, and see how it pans out for him. But it's going to be Lacefield on your screen, looking top rock. Has to have an idea. There's at least one player here.
I was waiting for this player to peek. Oh, he finally does, and Lacefield's able to get it. Of course, the second we switch to a different point of view is when he's able to come through. Lacefield might have a second to engage. That range, it's kind of, a little bit maybe outside the money spot for the VMP, but just enough to come through. You see Nagafen trying to close it down. All of a sudden, it's Lacefield, your first blood man by himself now, and look where Bomb is. Kind of...
Well, that push was just
tough position on that B Street.
The issue with that push is there was no push. They got to that rock and then just sat there and waited on the B Street. It just gave Elevate so much time to adjust and rotate over.
Yeah, have fun with that gunfight.
Yeah, Lacefield knows there's no chance he fights that, and he actually might make it his way around the person who's flanking. He's going to have one player here on the B stairs. But
an anvil and a hammer to turn this gun into an M8 somehow.
Yeah, not going to happen, and he's going to lose that gunfight. If Vicento mid-map, it's going to be Elevate winning round number one.
Able to take it this far, the stuff you expect from Elevate. More standard defense you saw out of them. 3 M8s, I believe, and 1 VMP as they shut down that B Street push. And that's what's tough about it, though. You see teams kind of take their time down B Street. You see teams sometimes hit it very, very quickly, try to fly in. It depends so much on the defensive stack, right? If there's a 2-2 split or something, you might be able to get in a little bit better position. But they have 3 players on that defensive side. Switch back now to the offense. I want to go to Nogfin. He's got Kuda out. Trophies saving lives as they are flying through nades everywhere from both sides. But bouncing back, Vicento and Aqua both haven't died yet. I'll take that back.
Yeah, Vicento cleans up that kill on Legal. You kind of jinxed Aqua a little bit. Aqua just playing over by the tanks, and saw they just fly out, challenging with 2 players. Nice shots being put down by Vicento, not able to finish that player off.
That's a tough kill, but they were pretty nice shots. I think one more burst there, might have been able to pick it up. Now, can he slide across and get a good angle? He's going to have another difficult gunfight. I want to check the other teammate,
They're stacked up in B.
Who's Remy. He's with him here. They kind of need to just get 2 shots kind of combined onto one of these guys. Might be the closeout. Let's look at the defensive perspective here for a second. We'll see kind of what Lacefield...
Well, he gets an HC. Do you contemplate using it this round? It's really early, but both players are stacked up, and he does pull it out.
That backed them up off the site. That's all he needed. Didn't need to kill, had to back them off. They're able to push them off for now. 15 seconds remaining here. They fly in. Gonna drop his Lacefield's gonna pick up both. He had the first blood last round. Didn't work out for them on that B Street push, but defensively here, shutting it down. The HC scared him back. As soon as that was gone, he comes soaring in, picking up both. And that's... really, that person covering the bomb carrier has to get that kill. That's what it comes down to.
It does, but that gunfight's so hard to win when that player comes sliding straight through that doorway. It's you can't really fault Vicento too much. I thought they probably, it's kind of crazy. I thought they could have actually just pushed further into that doorway and maybe have gotten that guy jumping up and down. Over by the statue, taking that player out. Don't jump out of the doorway, but obviously... We have X-Ray. It's a little easier for us to judge, and you're going to see...
Speaking of X-Ray, there's the entire team of Elevate.
Yeah, it's going to be Elevate just playing mid-map, and it looks like now they're going to rotate over towards that B site. They're going to have one player in there, and H2K taking their time working up the B Street. They did this the first round, did not work in their favor.
Well, it's a lot different this time.
Right.
They don't
have somebody challenging.
3 players outside, basically, they had to worry about. Now they're inching their way closer and closer. Felny trying to check all corners, making sure there's no one at the top rock. He had shot for a second. If he could win one, man, he got bursted. I think 2 different players there, ultimately not getting the kill. Legal, I have him highlighted. He's the one watching the flank. No one's pushed through that yet. And now, do they opt to get this bomb planted? Was that a snipe coming in? I think that was Aqua mid-map, maybe.
I believe that's it's got to be Nagafen, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be Nagafen with the SVG Varix combination. He's got an Elcar in his back pocket as well. He's going to go over towards that B stairs, but It's going to be Elevate with the man advantage, trying to get in for the defuse. It's Vicento coming around the corner, does not see Fears. Fears picks up 2 big kills, and just like that, a 3v4 goes into it. Well, it's going to be a 3v1. Nagafen's able to get 1. Fears working on the ace here.
This is the kind of thing that you just see Nagafen somehow winning, right? It's going to be so tough with this combination of weapons. He doesn't have a lot of time to work with, just under 20 seconds to go. He keeps getting teased at the corner. You're not going to win that one with the L-car. I don't even know what option he had. He would have slid out, somehow quick scope the player there at top, and then fly out with the L-car and get the other in the corner. Not easy to deal with.
Yeah, Fears, I believe, picks up 3 that round. Doesn't get the last one. It's going to be Legal finishing off this final kill. It's going to be H2K up 2-1. That's a round that you figure Elevate needs to win.
Well, do you think they play that passively on that B Street next time? I mean, the aggressive nature they brought out in that first round certainly paid off. I want to see if Nagafen's going to be sniping. He is, so he's going to look for the high snipe, and he's going to have 2 players, I think, to go for. He sees one. There it is, able to snap. I was worried he'd get in that spot where you see 2 and you end up kind of shooting between them. Not Nagafen. The kid's a freak.
That was his 6th shot. I'm sure we'll see that after the match, but now Elevate with the man advantage need to capitalize on it. Last round, they were not able to come through and win it, and here you see Fears with an HC is going to get right into that B-bomb site.
Can you check the Elevate side for flak jackets?
Off guard. Yeah, I'll check through the Elevate side. Why not?
Just curious how they're stacked here. Well, we know they have at least one. Now it's gone.
Everyone running flak.
Okay, well, that makes things a little bit easier, right?
Yep. It's going to be Aqua pushing onto that bomb site, able to just give his teammate cover as he gets it down. It's going to be Remy able to get the plant onto the bomb site, and it's going to be Aqua just looking for these players over by the mid statue. He's got teammates watching the flank, and it's interesting to see how H2K elects to attack this. Maybe they try and slide in yet again. It worked.
Well, all pushing mid might work out okay, actually, because you had 2 players watching either flank.
Yeah.
And they're backed up so far off it. The only one even close to kind of get in. I mean, there's nobody here that at least was holding the bomb site. They were also worried about the backside. They fly in, they take control. They're able to trade it out, though, and all of a sudden it's Fears by himself at a 1v3. So it works out okay, but I didn't mind that full-on frontal hit there just because, at least from our perspective, when you saw 2 players worried about the flank, only one really strongly focused on that B site, they got that first blood, gave themselves a chance, right?
Yeah, and then Fears going to play for exit kills
He's
here.
got to, yeah.
Yeah, just trying to add towards a streak. Only 100 off of a dart, and you don't mind giving that up. I mean, playing for the dart, you're still at a tie score. You'll kind of take that trade.
Absolutely will. We'll see if he can get that in the next round. See, the final kill cam was Vicento. Nice shots there to kind of, I guess, take them off of that B control, make sure they can't sneak in any sort of diffuse. We tied up 2-2 here, going into round 5. We got to stay with Vicento, with Fears, as he's on that streak. Already used the HC, very, very close to the dart. He's got glitch to pop as well. I wonder if he gets a little bit cocky, maybe pushes pretty hard here because he has that glitch and can get out of trouble. It looks like they're very worried about maybe some pressure, as they've really slowed things down.
Yeah, no, another slow play here at the start, but it looks like it's going to be Elevate. Dropping 1 player at the beginning.
It happened on the bottom side of the map. Yeah. I'm not sure what Vicento was pushing. If he was trying to hit the flank quick, I know Legal picked him up on the bottom side, but I didn't see what he was actually pushing for.
How would you like to see Fears use his glitch here? Just trying to bait a player out. I mean, he can go around the corner. If anything, he should be leading this.
I consider saving it at this point. I mean, since you have the man advantage. Now I changed my mind.
You don't. Yeah.
Now you may want to think about using it since you've lost a man. I'm going to switch to Nagafen in a moment because he might fly around here with the sniper and get an angle. If he goes around the corner,
he's going to wait for his teammate to come with him, right?
Well, he's going to push now. He has L-car out. That's going to be a tricky range, but he does have his teammate to help him. Like you said, 3v2. All of a sudden, Lacefield all by his lonesome. He should be able to pick up an easy one here. There's one. Second player behind. Nice heat wave. Third was inside. He's got time to reload. 30 seconds on that clock. He sees him in the corner. Oh! There it is. Lacefield giving him. Woo! All 3.
That was sick. That was sick. He kills that first player, just hiding in that corner behind the sandbags. Great spot. Then he's able to fly out. He knows there's another player there with Nagafen. Uses the heat wave. Takes out the second one. At that moment in time, you got to know you're going to be getting pinched by that third player. Turns around. It's a very difficult gunfight for the player in there on that B side, but great individual play there by Lacefield, able to give his team a 1-round advantage.
Well, yeah, it was good positioning there to pick up the first kill. Heat wave doesn't hit both, but it's just enough that he can get in a position, then re-peek and challenge there on B. Excellent. Excellent stuff. Now, Vicento got pushed up very, very quickly. That was the overdrive. coming out from his side. So he's able to get into B here very fast. I can't believe Fears has got to this position, not been caught out. The fact that he has got that kill is absurd, and he gets a second on the headshot. Facento got up quickly onto B, but it produces nothing as Fears comes up with a couple big ones.
And now it's going to be Elevate trying to figure out where they can go with this bomb. It looks like Facento's going to push all the way out towards that corner. It's going to be the bomb all the way at the end of Broken. So potentially trying to go on a flank here, potentially make something happen over at the A site. Now, Aqua, I wonder, go on with Aqua. Did he see some of these players? No, I don't think he has any idea where these players are located.
Well, now the call's coming. He needs to go. He knows they're focused on him. He should be able to come up one or two. Oh, there's one. There's two. Can he get the third? Solomon steps, not able to pick it up. Let's go back to Vicento. He's going to challenge. The shot's right, and he loses it. It was Lacefield again. It was Lacefield. Oh!
You got to hit those.
God. Oh. Aqua doing everything he can. That was perfect bait by Vicento. Has Aqua turn. Facento, the only thing you did good in that round was make them look at you.
Yeah.
You got to hit the shots there. Your buddy Aqua did his part. Woo. I mean, it's a more difficult gunfight, but he's got kind of that banister to work with, I know, but you still got to get that kill.
Yeah, that's one you got to put away. Lacefield making huge plays here in this game, too. So H2K finds themselves up 4-2. Now you see they're going to get a little bit more aggressive here on their push. It's going to be Felony getting first blood. Fears coming in, picking up another kill. Yeah, there's one more player, Top Rock, really just trying to stay alive for as long as possible. There are shots being put into him by everyone, seems, in Aqua. Last one alive for Elevate. He's going to put shots in both players. He's able to get one.
Yes, kinetic.
Two more players following up.
He pops it. Oh, the headshot comes in. He popped the kinetic. I thought he was going to close that out.
Oh, but I thought he was going to clutch that. That would have been nasty.
That's your worst nightmare, having kinetic. The headshot can get it done. And here it comes. You see that final, the flinch. Oh, I thought it was the flinch gave him that headshot, but it was actually the final swing that gets it closed out. Lacefield and Legal going massive in these final couple rounds. Because the last two could have fallen apart for them huge.
Yeah.
You had the kinetic there. You had Aqua getting in behind 3. These last two, I mean, this could be...
Felony, we said it was going to make the difference. He's 1-7
This could be a 4-3 game for Elevate right now, really.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah, Elevate just a few clutch plays away from being ahead in this map, and now we're going to see the active camo come out of Nagafen. He's going to get to Top Rock, does not see anything, so I don't want to say a little bit of a waste of a camo. He gains a lot of information there, but...
A lot of map control, too.
Usually when you use camo, you want to at least pick up one. You see Lacefield, he's going to use his HC.
He's going to be able to tag up 1 or 2 here. Do they have... Well, he might have been able to check if that person had flak, but won't end up making a difference. Coming in around the rear is going to be Fears.
Lacefield gets one with the HC. Felony picks up another one as well. So just like that, it was a 4v3 in favor of Elevate. Turns into a 3v2, and I believe that player actually pops his heat. Does not connect to Felony, yeah.
He uses the bomb as cover there, maybe not intentionally, but it's going to work out. There's going to be a 1v1 in the back. They're able to win that gunfight. 2 up. Remaining for H2K. The defuse coming in as they're going to take this one. Felony, I believe, was 0-6 going into that round. Picks up 3 big ones to close it out.
He's 1-7.
Was he 1-7 going down? So he was 0-6 the previous round?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, at one point he was 0-6. I was like, wow, they're doing this without Felony.
He wasn't very good.
No,
he wasn't very good. Yeah.
Picks up a couple then in that final round. But that was just, I mean, for me, you had several nail-biting rounds. I mean, the one where you had Aqua looking at the back of 3 players, not able to get them all, but did his job, picked up 2. Facento just couldn't win that
Facento's got to get that third player.
You need to win that. And then you had the Lacefield clutch, right?
Yep.
I mean, just a couple things that could have gone really
the
either
legal
way.
Clutch when Aqua popped that kinetic, almost clutched that 1v3. Some big plays. The clutch moments all went in favor of H2K. That's why they take the map.
Well, they're going to be able to tie this one up now 1-1. And S&D, that's going to be... I know it's a small pool, but from what was the best game type for Elevate, they're now 0-2 to start things off, right? They haven't been able to take an S&D yet, but they are a solid uplink and CTF team, I feel. The question's still going to be, is the super sub and Felony going to be able to come up big in these respawns, help his team take these maps, maybe push it the distance?
Yeah, he's been doing a great job filling in as a sub, and I think it's important for your team to have a pretty good sub in stage 2. I mean, we saw it come into play. Sometimes some teams didn't have a sub, something would go wrong and whatnot. I think it's really important you have somebody you can come in and fill in, one of your players' shoes. I believe Nameless even said Complexity looking for a sub now, and we can just take a look at the after-action report. It's going to be Fierce leading the way for H2K, 10-4. Lacefield, though, with some big clutches. He goes 9-5. Those two guys really led the way. Aqua, 11-7 on the side of Elevate. Just look at some of those other scores, though.
Well, that's a map where we see Aqua do well a lot of the time. But, Nagafin, a guy we talk about being a very solid S&D player, 4-6. It's just one map, but you need him to have bigger performance. Vicento had some rough clutch situations, and 2-7 not going to get it done for Remy. But I want to hear the breakdown from our boys on analysis. Let's toss it over to Courage and Revan.
The boys mentioned how there were some very close rounds in that one. You wound up looking through, and Lacefield, yes, he does go 9-5, not even the top statistically on his team, but the kills he got were those clutch scenarios, that disgusting 1v3 he wound up pulling off. Great use of Heatwave there, and then as we saw Vicento not able to get that kill on him later on. Lacefield goes big for his team, and H2K hand Elevate another S&D loss. And this is what all we talked about in Stage 1 was Elevate and Search and Destroy. Right now, they look like they've lost a lot of their confidence in the game mode.
I'm not sure if it's just because Nagafin is streaming, but when I look at these players on the side of Elevate, and I'm like, who practices the most? I always see Nagafin playing Search and Destroy, but I don't see the other three. Like I said, maybe it's just because Nagafin has been streaming, and it's so easy to watch some of his gameplay, but it just seems like he is well practiced in that game mode. But some of the other players, Aqua does have a really good game in that map, but the other two need to step up their game there.
We wound up going back and looking at things in the replays, and the one that we really wanted to highlight was Lacefield's incredible play, right?
Yeah.
You wound up seeing that as kind of a swing tactic in this game. It gives some momentum. Here's a look at the play. So Nagafin goes on in with this L-car. We've seen some interesting L-car plays from some players. This time around, it doesn't work. Aqua gets 2. And now it's Lacefield. You think, okay, how's he going to pull this one off? One player gifts him with a kill right there. Pops the Heatwave to get the second, and then goes ahead and charges on in to finish out this final kill as the player peeks around the corner. Look at that. Instead of it being 3-2 in favor of Elevate, maybe they get some streaks coming in from Aqua. Yeah. Instead, it's completely flipped back around. Aqua, again, goes for some more kills. There's a look at Lacefield closing out another two-piece there. That put the game from what really should have been 4-2 in favor of Elevate, now 4-2 in favor of H2K, and they ran away with it from there.
I think it's more of some sloppy plays.